Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. You can see the link to my website and then my email if you want to contact me and talk more about the specifics to the sprint and shoot pass series we're going to talk about here today. We use our outside zone, or what we call stretch blocking, for our pass pro, and then we call this a 911 blitz beater, meaning we can go really fast, kind of use this as a foundation to beat the blitz. So first I want to go through the basics of the sprint and shoot. There's two phases here. It's a modified run and shoot quarterback ankle drop back technique. What we want to do is move the quarterback's launch point and then be able to have it controlled though as a sprint out with the option to set up over the tackle for the backside, phase two. So phase one, we're going to go ahead and take a pivot open step and then go ahead and 3 controlled steps sprinting towards the sideline, the shoulders at that Z receiver, and then dragging that back foot to be under control, almost like we just moved the pocket over the Playside Tackle. We're going to look phase one to the 2 receivers, the A and the Z there, but then phase 2 is where we can make an alert signal thinking we have free access on the backside. So we're still going to go ahead and look for that Z receiver, the number 1, but right away after we do that pivot step, if it's not there 100%, then we're going to go ahead and do our 3 steps, drag our foot, pivot, so we can look for the H and the X on the over routes in open grass. Kind of a run and shoot concept. With our sprint shoot series, we're going to use that 911 tempo, like I said, where we combine all the cues into one signal and one call so we can go really fast. So it's great with your 2-minute, or all of a sudden blitz comes up and we can check to it really fast. See, we've got 4 different versions. We use S words with sprint, and the theme is minor league baseball teams. Our sprint pass protection is just built off of our stretch or outside zone RPO game. So we're going to do what we call stretch pass protection, essentially doing outside zone but staying on the line of scrimmage. We'll use our Lisa and Ray calls for 6-man, laser and razor. Now the back is free and the H back is in the blocking 6-man still, and then we can go lotto and robo for 5-man solo pro. So here's a quick overview of our sprint or stretch pass pro versus the different fronts, but you can see we're going to still far reach just like we do with our wide zone, but we're going to go ahead and keep our shoulders square and stay on the line of scrimmage. Key one is the back must go attack the line of scrimmage and get on the outside hip of that Playside Tackle, knowing the H back is going to release. Call here is we just do Aussie, but then we add pro to it so we know it's protection staying on the line of scrimmage. All right, first one, which is kind of the foundation, is our Saints call. You can see here to the right now, we've got the Z running our 10-yard, what we call slide route, where they're going to go hard like a takeoff to 10 and then trace back down inside. The ball hasn't come to them yet, then they'll just slide to laterally to the sideline. The A is going to do the same thing, but he's going to be reading that corner over top of the Z. If he is within a yard of the Z, then he's going to just at 10 yards plant his inside foot and do a corner route behind him, essentially getting us a smash concept. But when in doubt or the corner is off, then again, after the Z starts his slide, he'll go ahead and do the same thing. He wants to widen on his stem of his route, so again, create space between that sandbacker. You can see now with our sprint phase 1, quarterback's going to pivot, read the corner. If he's got him for the Z slide, he'll just take it all day, and then he can either go 1-2 up top, high-low, or he can go 1-2 outside in. If we put an alert signal after the play call, feeling we have free access to the back side, we simply put the pointer on the side of the eye, and now quarterback is still going to pivot, but he'll blink at that corner. If the cat is way off, then we'll just stay with it and throw to the Z all day. If there's a maybe anywhere in there, then he'll continue with his 3 controlled steps, but then on the 4th drag his foot, pivot his hips back to the middle, and he's going to look now for the H or the S and the X on the over routes, finding open grass. You can see the X here If he ever feels the middle box is open, then he's going to go ahead and take that all day. The H wants to get over the backers, but then find open grass over the field, over those backers. We're going to read the ox or the front side safety when we go to the alerts. Here it is out of a stack set. Again, our same rules for stack. The Z will always go first, and we'll take that spray or burst to the sideline and then get to his 10 yards. So it's a great way versus man to get natural rubs. Nothing changes with the rules for the receivers, and the quarterback, same thing. He's going to read that cat, the corner. If he's got the Z on the slide, we'll take it all day. If we go to an alert and it's a maybe, then he's going to come back and read the ox front side, looking for the H or the S on the over to the X on the open grass. Next, we can take that same Saints and go ahead and do an exchange out of our spread set. Now we just go ahead and have the Z go first, going inside, then the A becomes the outside receiver with the slide. So same read the cat, but now we're looking for the A first. If we go with the alert, we're going to go ahead and blink at the cat, but then we're going to go back to the ox front side safety, looking for the HS and the X and open grass. We can run this from 3x1, and again, the only person who has to have any adjustment is the H and S. He's simply going to run now his over route, what we call a front side over, where he's going to get vertical, get to at least 10 yards depth, and then look to find open grass towards the play call, essentially getting to the same spot he would have from the back side. So again, reads stay the same. Phase one, read the cat, high, low, inside, out. If we go with an alert, then we read the cat blink quick. If it's not there 100%, then we're going to go right to the H or the S and the X for open grass. If you prefer to do old school comebacks, simply go ahead with a Smokies call here. Now we're going to go ahead, get to our 10 yards, and we're going to rip with an outside turn and a 45 degrees back down to the sideline. Same as our Saints, same read progression. Phase one on the corner, high, low, inside, out, to the alert for the over routes and open grass. Again, 3x1, H or the S is the only one, does a front side over now, same read progression, but with comebacks. We can also go to what I call a jet concept, where we simply are going to go ahead. Z is going to take the top off with a go route, and the A will run a speed out. Great if you feel you've got outside leverage with the A and a mismatch there. So again, read the corner, phase one. We're going to go high, low. If we go with an alert, then we're going to go ahead and blink at that cat. If we've got it, we take it. If not, we're going to go ahead, drag our back foot on the fourth step, pivot, and then look for HS on the over and the X, finding open grass. Again, 3x1, H or S does his front side over, same read progression. One of my favorite red zone plays and 2-point plays is to go with a snag concept, which we call spikes. Z is going to take a 3-step V corner to take the top off. The A is going to go ahead and do a shadow route where he's going to go to that flats defender's outside hip, run his slide pivot technique, and then shuffle towards the sideline. B is going to run the arrow, and then we've got our overs on the backside. Again, phase one, quarterback is going to pivot. Now he's going to blink at the corner all the way. If he tries to jump the inside route and the Z gets over top, take it for a touchdown. If not, we're looking for the Sam or the flats control player, looking for the back on the arrow. If he gets leverage, just get it to him now. That's why we do the controlled 3 steps and drag. If he runs with him, then you're going to see the A right behind him in the hole. It's imperative that A stays and slides continuing towards the sideline, even if the Sam passes him, because we're going to have players coming. Again, we can use the alert where we would blink for the Z versus the cat, but if it's not 100%, then we're going to go ahead and go right to our over routes, reading that front side safety for receivers finding open grass. We can run this same spikes but with 6-man pro where the back is blocking and now the H runs the arrow. So again, same read progression, front side on the cat, high low, looking for the H now on the arrow. If it's not there with the alerts, we can go ahead then right to the X solo, find an open grass, focusing on the front side ox. You can go ahead and run this out of a stacked, and now we get a natural rub and exchange, so it's even better for the red zone. Same read progression, high-low, looking for the H on the arrow. We give the alert, then we're looking backside versus the ox, X in open grass. You can also stay wide and do the exchange again. Now the Z is going to go in and run the shadow route, and the A is going to run the corner straight up. Same read progression for the quarterback, we just change the roles of the receivers. Last is a sprint dash concept where we're going to combine our quick now pass on the left, our Angels or Mickey middle read, where the quarterback will set up. He's going to go read the will inside out. If he's got it, he takes it. If not, if it's a maybe, then we're going to go ahead and do our controlled sprint to the right, running a simple spikes concept with the X running the V corner, with the back now running the arrow from the opposite side underneath. The H will block, that's the razor call or laser call. All right, last, same thing, sprint dash from a 3x1. Now the H is front side, is going to get his block. We're still going to set up and look for the X on the backside on the hot looky. It's not 100%. Then we'll get into our controlled sprint out, running our classic snag here. High-low for Z to the back underneath in the flats to the A in the hole. You can see now we got a really simple and sound way to beat the blitz by moving the launch point of the quarterback, but under control. And we can still have two phases using our front side sprint out to our alert free access system to find open grass with our backside receivers. Thanks.